Howdy, folks. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time for some Doctor News. News from in and around the Whovians that may or may not affect you on a strange, weird, interdimensional, parallel universe. Ultra excitable stuff that might actually make you remember every episode of Sliders. How many here remember how many people made it to the end of Sliders from the original party? I do. It was one guy. But okay, that's just me. And it all went to hell after the Cro-Mags got introduced. At least as far as I'm concerned. But for you folks who are not fans of Sliders, look it up. Not a bad series for the first couple seasons, and they went. But watch it for yourself. All right. So a lot of weird things going on out there in the universe. I died laughing because somebody showed me a screenshot earlier. Apparently, I am an uncreative shill. And when I was compared to somebody else, it really showed me, yep, them guys on Gallifrey Base love me. But maybe it's because of the simple fact that Gallifrey Base is a joke. It really is. The BBC make jokes about Gallifrey Base. They don't even take it seriously anymore. Because, oh man, it's just become a rat den of wild out speculation that goes out to the moon. And now, as I'm going to say here in a minute, somebody has been going around saying now that Series 12 is going to be 13 episodes. They've, and all this stuff, and it's not going to premiere until April. I'm loving how there's folks out there who just have all this genuine, detailed information that shot itself out of the moon. Well, it shot itself out of a moon, probably the one on the backside of themselves. But we've heard nothing like that. Like I said, all I've heard is a rumor that like October 13th there might be something, but don't chisel that in stone. I'll believe it when I see it actually happen, because the beam has just been crazy. But here you go. Let's get into the news you want to see. All right, here we go. Okay, folks, and away we go. First off, this popped up. Someone posted here that, quote-unquote, this is the only picture I got, but live in Cardiff in the Loomis combination. Bradley Walsh was filming down here with Doctor Who only an hour ago. They were doing tracking shots, and he said he really didn't know what was going on, as he, quote-unquote, didn't understand himself. But I managed to get a handshake from him. Jodie will be here next week in the same spot, so they hope to see her too, and, this time get some great photos. So, obviously, there's still some filming going on for Series 12. Now, this has led to a lot of conjecture. A lot of people are freaking out there because, we haven't got a whole lot of news. You'll notice I haven't been putting that many news reports up. Well, there's a story behind that. I'll tell you in a minute. But, you see here, it's still going on. But I highly doubt that half the rumors you've heard are true. The one's going around now that this series is not going to debut until April, and that it's going to be 13 episodes. And I put that right up there with, there's got to be a Christmas special this year. And next year, oh God, but I don't mean to sound mean, but you could tell somebody had an agenda going on there, but that's a whole other thing. Let's move on. That's right, here's the one that should be making classic fans jump in their seats, hoot and holler, punch the air, and do things that will drive their nursing home aides out of their minds. Well, I'm not in the nursing home yet, but I can see why. The Mission to the Unknown Reconstruction, that's right, a recreation of a long-lost Doctor Who episode, is going to be released on the official Doctor Who YouTube channel exactly 54 years after it was first screened in the UK. Mission to the Unknown was first screened on BBC One on Saturday night, the 9th of October, 1965. Now, sometimes known as the Dalek Cutaway, it was a prequel to the upcoming 12-part story, The Dalek Master Plan. And it is the only Doctor Who episode in history, in which neither the Doctor or any of his companions show up. Trivia question there. Save it. Now, the original episode was destroyed by the BBC many years ago, but the story has been faithfully recreated by a team of students and graduates and the staff of the University of Central Lancashire. Now, remember, we were talking about this a little while ago. It's been fading off, but apparently, this is going to go on now. This is the big deal. Now, some folks were hoping for a DVD release. This is even better, because this means everybody out there on the net's just going to be able to pop on over there and watch this, which is awesome. The new production will be premiered on the Doctor Who YouTube channel exactly at 5:50 p.m. British Standard Time on the 9th of October to mark the anniversary of the original broadcast of the episode. And there was a lot of, heart put into this. And there's a trailer right here for it if you want to watch it, and it is beautiful. They tried to stay as true to the original filming and format and props and things they used as possible. And that's what makes it even more magical. Sure, it's not the actual footage, but these people put their heart and soul in this. And you can just tell from this trailer. All you got to do is go down here to click to watch it. It's linked into the article. Okay, Eccleston claims his family history, quote unquote, wasn't sexy enough for Who Do You Think You Are? He says down here that he claims that this show called Who Do You Think You Are dropped his story from the hit show because his working class roots were not sexy enough for TV. He said that he was invited onto the BBC One program, and it looks back over your family history, of various celebrities and things like that, but it was then dropped. So he's claiming they basically snubbed him. Quote, they tugged aside the leaves on those branches and concluded, nothing to see here. Generations of working class people dismissed. Individuals with their own hopes, dreams, and stories. Not army generals, industrialists, vaudeville singers, but factory workers, farm laborers, cleaners. Nothing in any way sexy enough for television. But you know what? Given the way they run these things, I believe him. All right, here's a face only a demon, mother of Satan, from the pit of hell could love. That's right. Michael Grade has reared his ugly head. Kind of like, every now and then he's got to pop up to see if, the apocalypse has happened, because it's probably only time and place on this planet in which he'd be welcomed by Whovians. This is the guy who shut down Doctor Who, basically, back in the 80s. And this is what he had to say on it. Get ready for this. If you scroll down here a little bit, he goes on various shows, but on Doctor Who, he's even more scathing. Quote, I hated Doctor Who, I said to the producer. Do you go to the cinema much? Have you seen Star Wars at AT? He said yes. And I said, I got news for you, so as your audience. What we were serving up as science fiction was garbage. What an asshole. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be kind and smooth that over. This guy wanted Doctor Who dead, and he eventually got his way. It just drives me nuts. This guy's enforcing his opinion on everybody. He's a dick. Let's move on. Okay, get ready for this. This is what had me amused. Man builds a petrol engine-powered Dalek for a charity raffle. That's right. The man made this out-of-the-world item to raise money for charity, a functioning model Dalek. Now, Andy Farley, 52, painstakingly spent many hours building a life-size replica of Doctor Who's classic nemesis, which can move around at speeds up to 20 miles per hour. He based the design of his Dalek on plans from the Radio Times dating back to 1973, and the model is full size, and it's fitted with a petrol engine. The Dalek was given the name Top Fuel Dalek 478, referencing the number of hours that Mr. Farley put into its construction. Oh my God. This is amazing. It's a Dalek that goes up to 20. It's like, yeah, run, Doctor. You better run. You better run faster than the local grizzly bear or you're boned. But other projects he's undertaken in the past include a quote-unquote Krapazaki 500cc site toilet, which was sold for cancer research, and a Honda CD90V twin diesel motorbike, 479cc's. He said that he chose to fundraise for the air ambulance service this time because he believes it is underfunded. So this guy goes out and he creates these, various things, and then he auctions them off for charity, which is, awesome. But look at this thing, man. It's like, it could go 20 miles an hour, man. Oh, that's just frightening alone. It's like, you better be in some damn good shape to outrun this sucker. All right. Now, remember earlier, I think it was last week, we talked about a fellow who was one of the people driving force behind the Blackpool exhibitions and stuff like that. And this was his police box coffin that they reference. Doctor Who themed farewell for Fylde Coast entrepreneur David. And that's the casket they were talking about that they had made for him. And it is beautiful. And here's some pictures from the service. And like I said, it's very sad, when somebody, passes away. But at least they gave, they sent him out in style. They let him go with honors. I just, see, I'm never going to get anything like that, man. I'm just going to be happy if they stick me in a shoebox. But that is just awesome. Yes, I'm getting cremated so the fat man can fit in a shoebox, okay? All right, Lethbridge-Stewart home fires burn. Candy Jar Books have announced more details about the first novel in its 7th series of Lethbridge-Stewart novels, Bloodlines. All right, so if you're into the Candy Jar books, here you go. Here's some more details on it. And once again, here's the link to the Candy Jar website if you want to go pick this up. Okay, folks. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, yeah, somebody called me names. And it's amazing the internet era where people have grown such huge brass balls the size of Jupiter. But it's easy to do that when you're hiding behind an anonymous ID on a forum with a couple thousand people, and you don't even have the balls to put up your picture. But, man, you've got brass balls this big when you can call other people names. And to me, the thing is, as someone once said, the first man to raise a fist is the man who's run out of ideas. So the one who resorts to name calling or has to label whatever it is that they quote-unquote don't like, with stupid titles like PC, SJW, you've pretty much lost the argument the second those words got put on the page. Because that just shows me on what level you're operating at. You've just basically run out of reasons to hate something and have to create an agenda or some mythical conspiracy theory that'll back up your claims. Sorry, Doctor Who's forcing a political agenda on you is in nowhere near the same level as, gunmen on the grassy knoll. Because guess what? Over 90-something% of the United States, I think it's close to that now, do believe that conspiracy theory because there's facts to back it up. Unlike the PCSJW story, which has got about as much facts to it as one of my favorite ones that was out there about the quote-unquote mummy sarcophagus that was on the Titanic that was cursed and caused it to sink. Meanwhile, you go check the cargo manifests, and anybody who was on the Titanic who's ever talked about it when they were asked, laughed their asses off and go, there was no mummy sarcophagus on the Titanic. So, or my other favorite one, they faked the iceberg, to cover over for a coal bunker explosion. I'm like, they faked the iceberg story. Oh, yeah, there's a couple thousand people out there who are, there's at least, about 800 survivors or so. I can't remember how many there were total right now off the top of my head, sorry. But, yeah, all those survivors were out there just living the big lie for the White Star Line. Tell me another one. Sorry, I used to know all that stuff off the top of my head, and it's been a while. But like I said, I've been really, really busy trying to get the last chapter of, What Lies Beneath, because I know there's about 15 or 20 of you folks out there who do listen to the audiobooks. And I want you to go out there and share and subscribe, share them to everybody. You've got people who want to listen to something, a little bit new, a little bit different, send it out. I have no objection to having it shared around. That's one of the reasons why we do it. We don't get paid to do it anyway, so... Oh, well, I'm going to get on out of here, let you all enjoy the rest of your evening. So please, take care of yourselves, have a good one. And we'll see you all hopefully again soon.